Andile Yenana is a distinguished South African jazz pianist, composer, producer, of course renowned for his contributions to the evolution of modern jazz, and modern South African jazz at that. After a 20-year hiatus, he returns with the release of his new album. It's called Way Out Is In, and the album is a collaboration between him, the Norwegians, through music exchange program. And to share a little bit more about the release of this album, we are joined by the jazz maestro himself, Andile Yenana. Good morning, welcome.
Good morning, yeah.
Thank you for the gift of this work. You're back. How does it feel knowing that, you're back, you're in the swing of things? We're looking forward to what this depth of work has to offer 20 years later.
Yeah, it feels good. I mean, do interviews and makeups and everything. It's nice. Early mornings. Hopefully there's going to be gigs coming up,
Okay.
as well. And, get to do some festivals as well. Yeah, it's been quite a while. But, yeah, it's worth the wait. I got good funding from Samro.
Okay.
They were able to, fund that I'll be able to release the album. Yeah.
Well, talk to us about that collaboration then that we're in exchange, in a treat for that you've given us, the Norwegians, obviously just that cross-culture collaboration, especially because of the contribution you've done to our modern jazz scene.
Well, I mean, this one was actually with the Swiss. It's the Swiss musicians. There's a program that happens at Basel University in Switzerland. So Dr. Veit Alt has been doing this since like 2004. So there's been a lot of South African musicians that go up there, and yeah, I happen to have been there 2017, and then I came back 2018, and then I recorded that album. So yeah, it's been a great cultural exchange between South Africa and Switzerland. The Norwegian part, I mean, I did that like way back in '96.
See,
so
there's
this
all
is the
those
second time
moments
around.
in 20 years, bound to up. And thank you for that clarity as well. I wonder, even when you perform perhaps the live recording in Basel in Switzerland, Way Out Is In, talk to us about that experience. Is there a specific venue that you enjoy that touches your heartstrings? What do you also take from that and then bring to the local audience now, especially with your return?
The club is called Bird's Eye. And, it's a building that I'm told it was like a prison. Oh. And the bottom part of it, they've, repurposed it for live music. It's quite amazing. I mean, it's dome-shaped kind of thing.
Okay.
And it's good for the sound, the acoustics.
Absolutely.
And, it's small tables and your regular folk from Basel in the city and tourists that are, passing through, the city. So they come there. I mean, even the barman knows all the musicians, so we know the barman. So it's home.
Oh,
basically.
wow, home away from home.
Yeah.
I mean, just linking it back to the Norwegian experience with your mentor, Zamngangwane, of course. That was the... Can you relay what happened there, some standout moments?
Yeah, it was amazing because, I mean, they came with the Prime Minister of Norway at the time. So I was amazed. I mean, a Prime Minister traveling with musicians. Jazz musicians, and we met up in Cape Town, and we did a couple of shows, concerts, and then we ended up in Norway, and we recorded something, and then we toured the whole of Norway. Yeah. In fact, they're coming back next year.
Okay.
A smaller version of it. Yeah.
Okay, it's good. We can look forward to that as well. What I love is how you are very intentional about your identity, and also, you impart folklore. There's Xhosa language that's also used. It's so important for that cultural identity and for that exchange. Can you tell us a little bit more about that journey for you as well, what it's also done?
Yeah, because, I mean, jazz is in a way, it's a foreign influence, a culture that we just imported, like through records and listening to it from our parents. At some point, I mean, you need to find ways and meaning as to what it is that I'm listening to. And you go to a point where, I mean, after studying, then it's a question of also just include your own culture and your own language and see, what comes out of it. And jazz is good for that because it's a melting pot of all these ideas and stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Who are you listening to at this point? Who's providing that inspiration for you as you continue to add to that melting pot?
A variety of South African musicians, the young ones. Gabi Mutuba. I think that's the one that comes to mind because we play it a lot at home, yeah.
And so if we're looking at what home audiences have in store, what they can look forward to as well with Way Out is In, can you tell us a little bit more about what's going to be evoked on that front?
Well, it's already out on iTunes and Spotify, but I promise, for the folks that want the hard covers, the hard copies, we're going to make sure that, we get the hard copies and we get the vinyls, and then, touring a little bit, in the country. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, in South Africa, jazz is not just a genre. It's a way of life.
Yeah.
It's our history. It tells where we come from as well. How do you think that message evolves over time, given where we are as a country, given where we are as a continent in the world as well?
Well, I mean, the good thing about it also, if you look at horn players, the guys that play the trumpets, and they come from like different backgrounds. Some come from the church, from St. John's. A lot of them come from the Salvation Army. A lot of them they play brass band for soccer teams. Supersport had a wonderful brass band that I used to, and Vets had a nice. So it's all these people coming into, after when they get into like institutions. There's a lot of institutions now that teach jazz. UCT, Natal University, TUT. So all these stories, coming from communities and getting into the university space, and then you go to gigs and then you meet up with the elders. So we share these stories. These are all South African stories, when it comes to the jazz.
What's the standout moment for you then? Some of those stories over even the 20-year hiatus that you can share.
20-year stories untold. We tell stories all the time.
Your life is a story.
Yeah, it's, listen much and also, we interpret the stories over time,
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
So I don't want to
very philosophical
commit myself.
Okay, no, that's fair. So from here on to, talk to us about the tours, talk to us about, the experiences we have on offer. It's an up time for music in this country.
So I've been connected to the kids. Kids love jazz.
Yes.
Quite a good initiative from these young people. So I'll be doing a gig in the District 6 Museum on the 9th of November. And also I'm doing a tribute to Fea Faku, who passed away sometime this year. So I'll be doing that at One Room in Gqeberha on the 29th of this month of November.
Yeah, I mean, Eastern Cape plays a big role in your own journey as well, so it's nice to see how you pay homage.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming back. Thank you for finally giving us what's left untold, and we're looking forward to many more years. Thank you for also giving back as well, right, to the next gen. Andile Yenana, of course, he's a pianist, composer, producer. Just released a new album. It's called Way Out Is In. He joined us to chat a little bit more about returning from a 20-year hiatus, and of course what the future also looks like from here on to.